Hi guys, it's Sherry. So this is video part 2 to completing the necklace that we're going to be making. And I want to show you that I UV'd this one piece just to kind of show you what it will end up looking like. So the first thing you need to do is decide how you're going to place your pieces onto your necklace. So this is kind of what I came up with mine. This is how I want my necklace. And I do have some extra pieces, and I think I might make some earrings out of these. And I might just make a tiny little pendant out of these two together. So what you want to do next is line it up and then decide how you're going to put it. And then we're going to do our holes. So I have this little handheld drill, which makes it really easy to use, and I'm just going to drill my pieces. So I know I want this to kind of go on a little angle, so I'm going to line it up, and then I just push so I feel it kind of hit the bottom of my, or the top of my table, and then I'm just going to drill through with my hand. Make sure I get the other side, and we don't want to go too close to the edges because then we run the risk of them breaking. So make sure your hole is nice and cleared, and then what I like to do is make sure that it's going to be, I'm going to do one hoop here, one in the middle, and then another hoop here to attach the pieces together. So I'm going to actually take my stick here, and I'm going to line it up to make sure that I'm getting my holes straight.
That soup is disgusting.
Okay. Once again, make sure your holes are clear. And that's pretty good. There we go. So once you're done with all that, then we'll go on to the next step. So I'm going to skip over all this, and I will meet you when I am done. Okay guys, so now I'm done putting my holes in each one of my pieces. Make sure they're nice and clean. You don't want anything left on them. I'm going to be working on an area that I do not have to move my pieces after I put the gel on them. This way everything stays exactly the way that I like them. And when you're doing this, make sure your sides are smooth. I sanded mine down. Take a little brush like this and make sure everything is off that you want off. Because sometimes the stuff will get stuck in the back of the holes, and we want to kind of avoid that if possible. Just a little bit. Okay. And like I said before, I'm using the magic gloss that I got. And just put a little bit on here. We will add more as we go, but we want to start out small. And try not to get any of the gel into the holes here. Take your time with this. I just spread it over. Go around the hole. Push off to the sides. Remember, we can add more later if we need it, but it's harder to take the stuff away than adding it. And you'll see that the gel will pull into the middle again, but we need to just slowly keep pulling it out to the edges. There will be bubbles, and before we UV light them, we will take a little lighter and get the bubbles out. So I'm going to actually let this sit for a little bit to make sure how much more I need to add as it pulls back in. This way I don't overdo it. So I'm going to take this, just push this one off to the side, and then I'm going to start another one. Sometimes taking another stick and holding it in place helps so you don't get it all over your hands. Okay, so do that with each one of your pieces, and then when you're finished, just take a lighter and then slowly go over it to get any air bubbles out. Now this one I do see that I need to add more. So I'm going to add a little bit here, here. Okay. One thing that I would like to add is I have these little glitter pieces, and I thought it would look really pretty to add just a tiny bit of sparkle to it. So I'm going to hold my piece down again with my stick, and I'm just going to spread the glitter around, being careful not to get the hole again. And because we have the black background, you do not need a lot of sparkle, just a tiny bit, and it'll shine up beautiful. Okay. I'm going to once again go over it with a lighter. Please make sure not to burn yourself. Okay. Now, I'm actually going to let this, I'm actually going to let this sit for a total of like 10 minutes before I UV light this one, because I want to make sure the sides don't pull up again. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to work on all my other pieces. So let's do that, and then we're going to UV light them for, I'm going to do mine for a total of an hour just because I'm putting the gel on so thick. And then after that, we'll come back and we will assemble the pieces. Okay guys, so now I have all my pieces completely done with the UV. All my drill holes I made sure were nice and open. So you can see the little sparkle in each one. What I did was I actually already did these ahead of time. I made earrings out of these two. and then I made this into a little pendant. This one I'll add just a nice rope to it for another pendant. And then I took these. This is just regular string, like a rope necklace that I actually cut in half. And then I took the end piece, put that on the loose part of the rope, and I took my little bead and super glued it to the end piece. So when we connect it, you won't see the metal, just a little circle here. So I let the super glue and the beads dry overnight. So what we're going to do next is just assemble everything. So you're going to want your pliers, and make sure you have large enough rings, and just assemble them together. Make sure they're securely closed. So I did 2 large ones. Now I'm going to take a small one here. Hold on one second. This one's not secure. Okay. Now we're going to take the small one. I'm going to put it through this one and through that one. And that's how I'm going to connect them all the way through. So let's work on that and get them all connected. There we go. Okay. So that's what we have so far. Now we're going to attach the pieces here, and we'll reopen these. Attach that. Open this one. Make sure it's secure. Check all your links. Make sure they are completely secure. And then you're going to want to get a nice cloth, wipe down, get all your fingerprints off. And there's your necklace and your earrings. Nice, beautiful, shiny, sparkly earrings and necklace set. So Okay guys, so here's our finished piece. And as you can see, with all the pieces that we made, we were able to make a full necklace. We have this pendant that I will add another cord to. We have this pendant, and we have a pair of earrings. So with a little bit of time, you have 4 beautiful pieces of jewelry. I hope you guys enjoyed making this as much as I did, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks guys, bye.